I have a question, actually. Okay. No, I actually have a question. Dr. Russell, what are some of the racial disparities in regard to breast cancer?
So in this country, the most common group of women who get breast cancer are Caucasian women of higher socioeconomic status.
Why? And why is that? That's interesting.
Because they have less children. They have periods for a longer period of time. They don't breastfeed as long. They delay the time till they have their first child. And so they're not doing the things that constantly interrupt their menstrual cycles and constantly, would block that heavy production of hormones.
However, but from what I understand, it's black women that tend to die from it.
No. Well, yeah. So black women are much less likely to get breast cancer. Than white
but
women.
More likely to die from it.
That's absolutely correct. And so it's not clear why. So it's not clear if it's because they have less, as a population, less access to care, less access to screening, so that it takes longer to diagnose them. That's one possibility. The second possibility is that black women are more likely to get this triple-negative breast cancer, which grows more rapidly and is more likely to be missed by mammograms or yearly mammograms. Or if they, decide they're going to get a mammogram every other year, it's more likely to be missed because it's growing so fast.
Wonderful. Well, Dr. Russell, thank you so much for calling. Callers that are listening, call us at 877-2106-106. And
we have to take a quick break. You listen to the Claudia Jordan Show.
And the pigeons.
Yeah.
And this is the show, Love Your Boobs, the Breast Cancer Awareness Show. We'll be back. I like that song.
Oh, welcome back to the Claudia Jordan Show and the three pigeons. And our special guest.
Come on, Nakia wants to be a pigeon.
Yeah, let her be a pigeon.
Go ahead. Let me hear that coo.
Oh,
yeah. Go ahead, Tasha. Give us your best pigeon call. Go ahead, girl.
Come on, Tasha. Stop playing, girl. She look cute, fellas. Y'all don't know.
Y'all don't
She's
understand.
really cute.
In the room.
We are talking about boobies. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about boobs. Love Your Boobs, the Breast Cancer Awareness Show. Callers that are listening and ones that are not. Why aren't you listening? Call us, 877-2106-106. And Tina Davina.
Yeah, I have a question. Because, out of all the pigeons, I have the smallest boobs. And I think I
have the smallest boobs.
Yeah, it's a tie between you guys.
Oh, for real? Thanks.
I got on cutlets.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So my question, Dr. Russell, is does size play a role at all? Because,
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It plays no role at all. So breast size has to do with the amount of fat in your breast, not the amount of ductal tissue.
The amount of fat.
The amount of fat in the boobs.
Okay. And what about alcohol? Does that play a factor at all?
Yes, alcohol is a risk factor for breast cancer. So the more alcoholic drinks you drink per day, the more likely you are to get breast cancer.
Wow. Get it if you don't have it in your family already?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just
it's an additional risk factor.
So come on.
And so they say that.
Cut back.
You should drink more than one alcoholic drink per day.
Well, that's true. That's all.
To my two alcoholics to the left.
Up until one alcoholic drink per day, you might get a little bit of heart protection against heart attacks. But after that, all you do is add on to your breast cancer risk. And the rule is you can't drink all 7 drinks on Saturday night. You can't.
There goes Claudia Saturday night.
Ladies.
There.
Oh my goodness.
Again, that's interesting because I didn't. Well, I guess since I started drinking late, because I didn't start drinking until I was 25, so maybe that has to do with.
Now, Tasha, we haven't heard very much from you. I would like to talk to you a little bit more about
what you're for Dr. Russell.
What you're dealing with right now. In fact, because Tasha is one of our guests on the show, Dr. Russell, and she was just recently diagnosed with breast cancer, so she's very much living through this right now, going through the therapy, etc.
Yeah, terrible, terrible, terrible disease.
Yeah.
How has this changed your life, Tasha?
Oh, it's changed my life drastically, especially going through the chemotherapy. I had to take 8 sessions of chemo. I've done 6. I'm doing my 7th chemo this Thursday. Thank God. But it's just been my whole outlook on life and working and just not being able to work when I'm used to getting up every day doing things. The chemo had me fatigued, just tired, throwing up, and each chemo is different. Sometimes I'll have chemo and I'm sick for 10 days, and it could be 5 days, it could be 12 days, so it's really, really affected me and my daughter, my family. My mom is coming back and forth, to be there with me, but I've been really blessed just to have, the outreach of people supporting me and having God in my life. And
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I was going to say
You look
that.
very young.
Yeah, you
Tasha
look
looks
like
very
we
young.
went to school together, but I don't know.
Oh, the Hollywood age? Or
You're in your 20s. So Hollywood age, she's in her 20s.
Okay.
The real age.
So carry the
is-
one minus 5.
I'm actually 32.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, very
Well,
young. Very young.
Okay.
Dr. Russell, if you can explain to some of our callers, what are some of the options with women who have no medical insurance? What can they do to seek treatment if they have no medical insurance?
Don't drink.
There is in terms of women just getting access to
Thanksgiving.
mammograms, there is a federal program that each state in the United States has signed on to, and it's called BCEDP. It's got lots of acronyms, but it's actually to provide mammograms for free, and if a cancer is diagnosed, that encompasses the cancer as well. The problem is people who don't have medical insurance don't really know how to break into the system in order to get free screening mammograms, and if they're diagnosed with a cancer, how to get therapy. And so delays just get built up. But my recommendation always, call the American Cancer Society.
Great. Okay. And they can find that through...
They can find out in your state, in your area, what the programs are, where to get low-cost or free mammograms.
Okay.
And
Does
how to
the
get
ACS
you
have a
into the
website?
system. Yeah, it's www.cancer.org.
To some of our listeners, please listen. What was it? www.
Cancer.org or
visit that site.
800 ACS 2345.
Also,
ACS 2345.
also because I didn't have insurance when I first was diagnosed with it as well. I actually Medi-Cal was really, 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 really great.
Wow.
But you have to get a bad disease in order to get Medi-Cal.
Well, yeah, I had breast cancer.
Right.
But I mean, I had it already. So, City of Hope actually helped me through a lot of that, and actually did a walk for them yesterday.
Cool. Very good.
So City of Hope, will actually point you in the right direction if you want to, if you're a low-income person or a person that just kind of wants to get tested or whatever, they do actually free testing. They're in Duarte, right a little bit past Pasadena. You can give, it's City of Hope. Yeah, that is it's not just in LA. They have campuses or facilities all over the United States.
Okay.
So, but you could just go online to www.cityofhope.org, I think it is. Yes.
.org.
Okay. And, but for people, and it has to be a woman who makes less than $1,500, unfortunately, but those are people that are,
well, that's mostly everybody.
Okay, right. Got you.
But, they can go and get Medi-Cal. And county, it is a bit of a hassle because you have to go in early in the day and then you wait for a few hours or whatever. But your health is more important than all
Obviously,
that.
so it is worth the wait.
So it is worth doing. If
So
you
I
can
just half an hour ago left the LA County Hospital Breast Cancer Clinic, of which we saw 100 patients this afternoon with breast cancer. So, there are facilities that treat people without insurance and all that sort of thing. And to me, it's just a matter of getting access to the right one in your community. And so I always point people to the American Cancer Society, but however you get there, but that is a group that has understanding of what's in each community and gone through there. They would have also directed you to City of Hope as one of the options.
Got you. Right. I mean, ladies, we really have to be aware of this. I know my cousin was only 27 when she had breast cancer.
That's another example. It's before 40.
Before 40 years old. I definitely think it has a lot to do. I wouldn't think with the breast size in general, but I definitely disagree. Before 40, it's definitely way too late. I've seen people that have caught it before. So, ladies, examine yourself. I know even when I go get regular checkups, they have little free pamphlets that shows you what to do, how to rub it, how to feel it.
Portia, show us how you... No, I'm just,
well, listen, Tina, I told you I ain't down like that. No,
Dr. Russell?
Yeah.
Last question for you.
Yeah.
What are yours? What do you think you can do to prevent breast cancer?
There's only a couple things you can really do, because you're not going to determine the number of children you have or how long to breastfeed them or when to start having children. You're not going to make those decisions based on trying to reduce your risk of breast cancer. So the two things that we know you can do for sure is lower your alcohol intake.
Damn it.
Try to maintain a healthy body weight and move. Physical activity.
Activity, yes.
Absolutely. Physical activity for for women who have like 4 hours a week of significant physical activity, so that's a fairly big demand, especially, through their teens and 20s, compared to couch potatoes, they get 60 to 70% less breast cancer.
Okay.
Wow.